talk about Favre, we talk about Mahomes, talk about Mayfield. Why? It's time for the lead block. Let's hear it.
Lead block.
Let's go. It's common
Fullback.
for NFL players to mold their games after their idols. But it's another thing when the idols see themselves in the players. Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre had a great quote this weekend saying, playing quarterback the way I played, the way Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes play, they just kind of have that added little sixth sense. It's a play-action fake they've never seen before, a flip or an underhand pass, or diving over 3 defenders or ducking your head and getting the extra yard. Those are the type of things that are unexpected that will become at some point maybe expected with a guy like Baker or Mahomes. Brett Favre, NFL Pro Football Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, 3-time MVP. But there are those who say he could have won even more Super Bowls if he had been a little more disciplined and didn't throw as many interceptions, didn't do the risks. Guys, is there any aspect to Baker Mayfield or Patrick Mahomes' game that you'd maybe want to see reined in for the 2019 season? Or are you okay with these guys, both on the field and off the field, letting it fly?
Well, I mean, on the field, I love both of these guys. Yep. I mean, I won't have any issues with what they do on the field. Off the field, when you look at Baker Mayfield, some of his comments toward Duke Johnson and his contract situation. My thing is, look at what happened in Pittsburgh. Leave your teammates' business out of your mouth, man. Don't even go there. You see what I'm saying? Because when I said the reason why I say look at Pittsburgh, you got 2 homegrown guys in Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, 2 of the best at their position, not in the organization anymore. Why? In my opinion, because of the quarterback. You know, I don't think they have a great. I don't think he called out. I think he shouldn't have called out the players publicly, is what I'm saying. And to see Baker Mayfield do this at such a young age, you hadn't really done much yet. I mean, yeah, you won some games, but to call a guy out only in your second year, that's not right. And guys in the locker room, I don't think respect that.
Yeah, I think Baker's going to be Baker. I mean, at the risk of sounding trite, I mean, I do think the one thing I like about players is when they're consistently who they are. We don't have to love every bit of them, but we know what to expect from them. I absolutely love these guys on the field, though. And Baker and his ability to improvise and his ability to make things happen, you have to believe he'll be better in his second year. Yep. Patrick Mahomes goes into his third year. Which one of you this morning made the great point, though? It's really his second year, which is scary. That's a scary thing when we think about Mahomes. I love. Enough loves? Brett Favre saying that about 2 young quarterbacks in today's game. Love it.
I love that when you look at both of them, you do see a lot of the similarities. I think to your point about Baker, we're talking more about Baker and we're hearing more about him because of the hype. But Mahomes has done more. So Mahomes should drive this conversation right here. And here's the one thing that you heard Andy Reid say, all right, when he started throwing interceptions in practice, keep throwing it. Yeah. You know, just keep doing it.
That's what practice is for.
I don't think you ever put that. You don't want to put the bit in their mouth. You don't want to put the harness on them. You want them to go out because you learn. I think to me, the thing that jumped out at me was when Brett Favre talked about the sixth sense. It's hard to say. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. I'm not talking about the movie where the kid saw dead people.
Hey, spoiler!
I know he was going movie there.
I haven't seen it. So I'm 20 years old. I haven't seen it.
It's instinctual, all right? When Brett Favre found a way to scramble around and run around and throw, I mean, Brett Favre threw a ball with the left hand.
Yeah, I was going to say left hand.
Every week, Mahomes was coming up with something that was out of the ordinary. Even the playoff game. All right, that touchdown throw to Tyreek Hill, he was buying time. He scrambled around in the pocket. That's something you can't coach. That's what Brett Favre sees. He sees Baker doing it. He sees Mahomes doing it. It's, man, they've got that it factor. They've got the instinct to make something happen when all, you know, what's breaking loose around you. The only thing that I will say as an offensive lineman, when you have quarterbacks that like to do that, sometimes they have a tendency to burp the baby. And
what does that mean for the viewer? What's burp the baby mean?
Burp the baby means you're back there just burping the ball. You're patting the ball. You're trying too hard to make
the ball out, man.
Bad things happen when you do that. All right, it's okay to burp the baby at home in the nursery, not in the pocket. All right, when you are sitting back there and you're holding on to the ball too long, Aaron Rodgers has done it. We see him do it a lot. He's trying to make that play. He's moving around, holding on to the ball, ends up in a sack, ends up in a fumble. That's what you don't want to see. Baker Mayfield had a great offensive line. The second half of the season, they were phenomenal. That's why he was able to hang in the pocket there. Sometimes you just got to know when to throw the ball away and to get out of it and go on a third down.
I would say this. You know, we've all been in the league for a while. You guys as players, Kim and I covering the league. that next year when there's a full tape of you as a quarterback, defensive coordinators get a little smarter. The challenge is getting even better and being a step ahead. I do think both these guys have the mental abilities and the instincts to be ahead of the game and not get caught into traps and do stuff that was already seen on tape. I like both these quarterbacks.
It's a great point, Schrags, and just to play on that, with Mahomes, when you look at a lot of his big throws down the field, it's because he's rolling out to the right. All right. Yeah, he can still roll left, but you get a right-handed cornerback. So now all of a sudden, defense coordinators are saying on third down, we are going to run a twist game. We're going to loop this defensive end around to the throwing quarterback's hand, so that he can't rush out that way to eliminate that big play.
Be careful,
they're absolutely
Sean.
doing
Chiefs
that.
fans will get at you. I said he rolled right a little too much last year, and my Twitter blew up. So
well, defense coordinators are hearing you too.
That's it.